What's up, everybody? Chrissy's got a brand new hour of stand-up material. I'm coming to Vancouver February 22nd, Fresno, California, February 24th, February 25th, San Jose, February 26th, Sacramento. And then guess what, baby? Boston, we've added a fourth show at the Wilbur. A fourth show at the Wilbur in Boston. West Palm Beach, March 28th, 29th. Miami, March 31st. Austin, Texas, April 12th. ChrisDComedy.com for all the Tiki Wikis. And then guess what? On sale tomorrow, all these new cities. Fort Myers, Florida. Orlando, Florida. Jacksonville, Florida. Tampa, Florida. San Antonio, Texas. Second show in Buffalo, New York. Ithaca, New York. Albany, New York. And Newport, Rhode Island. ChrisDComedy.com. Those ones are on sale tomorrow. All the other ones on sale right now. Boston, Vancouver, Austin, everybody's coming. Pat Samaha for Lebanese president.
Guys, the Impractical Jokers live tour is back. A national tour right now. First time in 3 years. Tickets are on sale right now at impracticaljokerslive.com. Tonight we are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the PPG Paints Arena. Tomorrow we at the Freedom Mortgage Pavilion in Camden, New Jersey. Bring some pepper spray. On the 4th, February 4th, on Saturday, we're at the Wang Theater in Boston for 2. And then all the dates are up there. North Charleston, Charlotte, Waterloo, and Washington after that. Big one here is Niagara Falls in Newark, New Jersey, and Prudential, and UBS Arena in Long Island. And then keep checking out the dates. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but it's Green Bay, it's Milwaukee, it's Rosemont, it's Seattle, Portland, and Denver, and all shit like that. Columbus, Cleveland, Detroit, Minneapolis, Des Moines. You get it. Kansas City. If you live in a town in here, we're coming to you. Nashville, Indianapolis, St. Louis. We'd love to see you on the road. The show started last weekend. We're having a blast doing them. PracticalJokersLive.com.
I'm going to
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't hesitate to say, hey babe, hey babe, hey babe, hey babe, hey babe, hey babe.
People are talking about hey babe. I hear them whisper. You won't believe it. They think we're lovers,
kept undercover. I just ignore it, but they keep saying we laugh just a little too loud.
We
Stand just a little too close. We stare just a little too long. Maybe they're seeing something we don't, darling. Let's give them something to hey babe about. Hey babe.
How are you?
Babe, first of all,
Yeah.
you look good.
Thanks, you too.
You look, because what I like about you, here's what I like about you,
Please.
okay, is because you're a guy who, even if I didn't know
I am a guy. I am a guy.
Allegedly.
Of course.
Here's the thing about you.
Okay.
Is even if I didn't know you, even if I wasn't friends with you, even if I have never seen you on TV, you're one of the guys, you walk outside with a beanie cap and glasses like that, I don't hate you. I say, even though that look is normally designated for people that are like very annoying, you look like one of those guys who I'm like, but not him.
Oh, thank you.
He's the guy. You're actually should be the face of this movement because you have a likability that oozes through you even when you want to dress like a barista in Portland.
Thank you so much.
Yes. It's and that
from the neck up, I guess I am.
you would make a Nazi uniform look good.
Oh, thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
You would make a Nazi uniform look good.
I think if I put on a Nazi uniform, people would be upset by that because
Yeah.
I think I just look a little too much like the part.
That's what I mean, when I say look good, I mean look as intended.
Yeah, you mean it would look like we'd be going back in time and yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you should be casting like Schindler's List 2.
That Schindler's List
Tell
too.
me right now that if that is an open casting for that,
Yeah.
you show up for that.
I go
You
in
get
for that.
online, you show up.
Well,
I wouldn't even have you read.
No.
I'd be like, I look at you, I'd be like, yeah, you're like Hitler's right hand.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know what's funny is it's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I did a show. I was doing shows in Phoenix this weekend. Shout out Phoenix, love Phoenix. Scottsdale, shout out Scottsdale. And
Phoenix, Nazi capital of the United States.
it is.
Yeah.
I was doing my Thursday night show, whatever. Walking out to the car, fan from the show came up to me. Oh, nice things, whatever. And then she goes, She's there with her husband. She goes, me and my husband say it all the time. We cannot believe you've never been cast in any war movies.
Yeah.
That's just out of nowhere. I was like, what?
Yeah, because I could also picture you with that World War I helmet.
Oh, yeah.
You know that one that looks like it just looks like a bowl on your head a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Is that World War One?
Yeah, and you ever seen the German World War I helmets when they just have that point?
The point.
They look like a Christmas ornament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, helmets have come a long way.
Helmets have come along.
War helmets. Also, though, we regressed because that's a beautiful. What is that? That's not a Hitler helmet.
That's a German war. Okay. So this is a World War I helmet where yes, they were the nation of Germany, but they weren't Nazis.
Okay, so then
but they still are enemy back then.
Oh, they were still an enemy.
Well, they World War I. It was Germany, really Germany versus Britain, and we came and helped Britain. So yes, technically Germany's our enemy, but not as big of our enemy in World War II.
But look at the old world craftsmanship on that helmet.
Listen. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Things are. I know the world improves and whatever, and technology. You can't really beat the craftsmanship and the sturdiness of old things.
Yeah,
they just
agree.
were built to
from
last.
homes to cars to Nazi helmets.
If you had a choice, it's the same price.
We all have a choice.
That is true. We all
we're here with free will.
We are here.
I don't know if you read the Bible.
You're right. It is. Well,
Book of Job.
Book of Job. Good.
Chapters 5 through 8. Section 2.
Do you know that there's people out there, people who probably listen to our podcast, who literally
people are talking about hey babe. Please continue.
Do you think there are people there that they literally every word can recite every word from the Bible from front to back, every word. You say Job chapter 5, they know it exactly. Do you think your mind has that capacity to hold all that info?
The Bible's a thick book, isn't it?
Thick as fuck.
Yeah, right.
Yo, she looking thick.
The Bible is thick with 2 C's, bro. Mm-hmm. The Bible, though, is tricky even because they also split the pages into 2 columns. So, don't they?
Do they?
But I guess that's just the same amount of words.
We don't have Homeless Pimp here today. We have Pat. We call him Patty Clips.
Pat
Shamaha. How do you say your last name?
Samaha.
Pat Samaha.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how do you spell it?
Samaha.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that's what I would have guessed.
Yeah.
It's like Yamaha with an S.
Right.
Your social security number?
Yeah. Pat is a great videographer. He works for Karen Fian's podcast. He does a lot of the clips that you may see that I put out on my social media. Pat will put out. He's known as Lebanese Lightning. The Lebanese Lightning.
Oh, the Levy Lights.
Gets things quick.
Yeah.
And Pat's he's a sexy Lebanese mofo.
Sure.
And he's been kind enough here to fill in for Pimp, and
A
he told
great
him
smile.
he just wants to be paid in hummus.
Oh, okay, that's
all he
fine.
wants.
Well, he has plenty of that.
You need hummus, we got you, baby.
Yeah, and baklava.
And baklava.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
Pimsicles, I don't know if he's had a job.
Pimpsicles couldn't make it today because he's actually filming a really cool thing that you guys will see soon, hopefully, for Chaz Palminteri.
Oh, right on. I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Patty actually saved us. So thanks to Pat.
Pat saved the day, as Lebanon mostly does save the day.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and it's nice to have some diversity in here. I'll say
it is.
It's nice to.
You live in a diverse home.
I do live in a diverse
and I'm
home.
half diverse.
Right. I always forget you're Cuban.
Yeah.
And Puerto Rican.
Correct.
And Italian.
A little Spanish.
Spanish from Spain. Somebody actually brought something up that was interesting the other day, and I didn't have an answer. They said, people from Spain, right? You just call them Spanish, and you'll say, oh, from Spanish. You would incorrectly say they're Latino.
No, they're not.
They're European. But why is everybody else in Europe white, but the Spanish are Spanish?
Ooh. Oh.
And I said, wow. He said you wouldn't call an Italian. You would, but they're white, right?
Right.
You're white European. Why is Spain? But you designate Spain.
Yeah,
and I said, I never thought about that.
Yeah, because a lot of Spaniards are not necessarily. They are Caucasian look like they look white. A lot of Spaniards.
And everybody that we say they're Spanish.
Yeah.
Like we say, that guy's Spanish. That guy's Spanish. It's all because Spain came at some point in the last 500 years and colonized. Birth control?
Yeah.
Came and colonized them. And then, so in a way, it's like It's almost like don't call that person Spanish. Try to say, they're Honduran, they're Mexican, they're Puerto Rican because they were conquered. It's like if you still called us British. It's like, no.
Right.
We beat them.
Exactly
They
right.
left.
Exactly right. And when I was growing up, I used to tell people for the longest time because I didn't realize it.
Oh,
For the longest time.
Go.
I used to say I'm half Italian, half Spanish, which
Right.
is incorrect.
Well, it's not incorrect. It's just it's you should be more precise.
I'm
Because,
Spanish and Hispanic.
right.
and
now,
Cuban.
Now, what's the difference between Spanish and Hispanic? Does anybody know, or that's too hard of a question?
Spanish ends in ISH, and then you take that off and you put the I and the H in the front.
That's the difference.
Spanish, and then you take the H and Hispanic.
Pat has pulled up. Hispanic refers to people who speak Spanish or are descended from Spanish-speaking populations, while Latino refers to people who are from or descended from people from Latin America.
So, this is interesting because what's a Puerto Rican is not from either.
You're Caribbean. So I think, are you Afro-Caribbean?
I might be. I didn't.
Right?
And then Cuban is kind of also not.
We should name this episode, What is a Puerto Rican?
Who am I? Are you my mother? People that know the whole Bible memorized, that for me,
Yeah.
bit much.
Yeah.
Bit much.
So I would think that if we had a lights up, if we had live viewership of a map of the United States watching right now, the South just lights went dim. The southern states just said, you need to know every word of the Bible. I think it's the southern states. I'll say this. In the South, if I see someone in the South who knows every word of the Bible, I agree. It's like, okay, whatever, but it's almost expected. It's more freaky to me if you're from the North. Like, if you're from the North and you're like one of these Brooklyn guys and you're like, yo, I can quote.
Yo, bro.
Let
me tell you something right now. Revelations.
Yeah.
69-420, bro.
I would say, oh, you've went to prison.
Yeah, you went
like,
to prison.
I would assume you went to prison.
Right.
Where the South, I would assume you not necessarily had to go to prison. Right? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, a lot of people find God up in that.
Find God up in that bitch.
In the pen, yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that I've been lately. First of all, I have two updates for you. One.
Oh, wow. It's
one.
Like,
I got so.
What are you, a MacBook?
Yes.
Okay.
I like it.
Thank you.
One.
Yes.
For weeks, every time I peed, it would burn. And then I would always feel like I have leftover urine in the tip of my urethra, and it would feel like a little pebble in the front of my penis. And I would go and I would be in public and say that, and I would say, I know it's not an STD. I know it's not an STD because I'm not out there fucking.
No, you ain't out there fucking.
I know it's not an STD, so I felt comforting with that.
Yeah.
But then that comfort turned to fear because I said, at least if I was out there fucking, I would know what I have to do.
Right.
And then you just go get your pills, and you were being a bad boy, but I wasn't. So then it turned to fear. And
if it's not an STD, what is it? Right.
So I was worried about kidney stones. I was worried about bladder cancer. I was worried about all these things that the internet and the people who are doctors and fans.
This is in the Bible, too.
Yeah, they'll just give you advice.
Yeah, well, they used to throw kidney stones at prostitutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which they deserved it.
No, but what are they? Gallstones? Kidney stones?
Gallstones.
No, which one's coming out of your pee hole?
Kidney stones.
Kidney stones, okay.
Which I've heard for a male is the most excruciating pain.
I heard it's like giving birth.
It's like giving birth.
Yes.
But you ready for this? You ready for what it was?
Probably not.
I went on a road trip. I went on, to do shows. I forgot I was using this pre-workout. Every day I would just take it, like with coffee. It was like a mushroom magic blend pre-workout that one of my friends from Colombia sent me. A little shake. And I was feeling good in the gym. Give me all this energy. I stopped taking it for 3 days because I forgot it. Pee went away, that burning immediately. Has not come back since. So there's a lot of times we take these powdered drinks and these supplements or whatever, but your body's like, oh, hell no.
Hell no.
And
oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah. So that's the first update.
Yeah.
The second update, the best sleep I've ever had in my life came last night. Oh. I only slept for 6 hours, but I slept from the minute I put my head on the pillow and fell asleep to woke up this morning.
Tell me.
I feel like I have so much energy. I genuinely don't know what to do with it, and it's actually scary because
I
just
actually feel your energy.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. Since I got here,
that's why I have to bring it up to you
Yeah.
because I know that I'm being myself, but it's a heightened version of myself, and that I can't control. And it's simply because I got 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep. I popped out of bed like you can't imagine.
Oh wait, okay. So I thought you were gonna say you got 6 hours of the best sleep of your life because you took something. Like you just came off the taking the powder, and then you're like, another update. I got the best sleep of my life last night, and I thought you were gonna say because I took this supplement.
Oh, right.
You
yes.
just got the best sleep of your life by chance.
No, I forgot this part. I was on Thursday when I went to Phoenix. I got sick. I was not like a bad cold. And when I was landing in the plane, I had 6 shows in Phoenix, 5 at the House of Comedy, and then a corporate gig for DraftKings. Shout out DraftKings.
Shout out to the king.
Shout out to the DraftKings and Queens.
Yeah.
So
and princes
and everybody
and princesses.
I love them all. The draft peasants even.
No, the draft serfs.
Yeah. So what happened was is my friend who's a doctor.
I got to see how that gig went. But go ahead.
He said to me because I'm sorry, when I was landing in the plane. You know, like when your ears, it not only did it not unclog, you know that pain that you realize is temporary?
You stayed with that?
Stayed with it.
That pain is excruciating.
I was at the hotel.
Oh, no.
Laying in the bed with my pillows on it. It wouldn't go away.
What? Because you had someone have an infection?
Because I had a sinus infection already, a previous sinus infection already, and I had all this residual congestion.
Did you take a decongestant?
I tried, did all that, wasn't working. So I called my friend who's a doctor, and I just said, buddy, I'm sorry, like, what can you do? He said, I'm going to send you prednisone, a steroid, and amoxicillin, an antibiotic. He said, just because I haven't tested, I don't know if it's a virus. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm sending you a Z pack and a steroid pack.
He sent you a Z?
He sent me a Z.
I thought you weren't supposed to.
You're not.
Take those willy-nilly.
Well, that's the thing. You're not. But he said, you are telling me, I would never want to do this for you, but you're telling me you got 6 shows.
Right.
You got to get through a big weekend.
Yeah.
This at the very least will make you feel like $1 million.
Sure.
At the very least, going to make you feel great. And so that's what I took.
And
because what I think happened is I took the prednisone. I think number one, that gives you so much energy, but I think maybe the amoxicillin and all that, whatever sinus infection I have, I think that it made my tonsils get a little bit smaller because they've just been sitting here being infected for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. But you just get used to it, that it shrunk my tonsils enough that air got through. And I had I think I have sleep apnea. And I'm bringing it up because I know that you have had it.
Yeah,
I think
I have it.
I think I need the apnea mask.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you 2 questions. 1, can I borrow your apnea mask?
Yes.
And 2, not really a question, but a statement. But I think the amoxicillin also, I think I did have chlamydia. And I think the amoxicillin did not get it. It must have because the amoxicillin just does that. And I must have had chlamydia from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That just never went away.
You had residual chlamydia.
Residual clam.
You had. I was trying to combine the words residual and chlamydia.
I had chlamydia. Chlamydia.
It didn't work. I thought I was going to connect
Residumidia?
Residumidia is what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. You can borrow my mask. It's just I need it when I'm sleeping. So come over. I'll sleep. You watch me. Then you sleep and I'll watch you.
Yeah.
If you have that, you should get something right away.
I know we've said this before, but this was on an earlier episode. So, what's up, everybody? If you know one thing about me, you know the only thing I love more than my own family is ShipStation. I love ShipStation. Make ship happen. If you're running a business and you don't have ShipStation, you can expect your business to go kaput. It's out of here. It's not getting bailed out by the governments neither. ShipStation makes things so easy, okay? It literally, all your customized orders, everything you have to send out to customers, ShipStation makes it happen. It's free, fast shipping. They manage every order from one simple dashboard. Automate routine shipping tasks, print shipping labels, everything. Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce businesses with ShipStation, and 98% of those companies have stuck with ShipStation for over a year, and they are customers for life. Keep growing your business all year long with ShipStation. Go use the promo code HeyBabe today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, promo code HeyBabe. Make ship happen. I said this once. I think it was a very early episode of HeyBabe. There was a time where Sal and I used to go on the road together, right? And Sal, we got we had a hotel room where it was like kind of a 2-bedroom hotel room, right? He had his room. I had my side. It was like a section, right? And we had to be let's say, at the airport at, let's say, 11 a.m., right? So we talked the night before. You got to get up by 9:30, blah, 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 whatever it is. I get up. I'm up early, whatever, and I hear Sal's alarm going off. I hear it going off, right? For whatever, 5 minutes. I'm like, he'll get it. I take a shower, full shower, brush my teeth. I'm in there 20 minutes. His alarm's still going off. And I was like, oh, my God. So I go in there, and I'm like, Sal. He has his cell phone on his face like this with the alarm going off. Full blast, not waking up at all. This is how nervous I got. I called a member of his family and said, I think Sal has passed. And I'm too scared to go in there.
On.
Yeah, and then your family
Book of Revelation, 69:420.
You said, go just shake him. This is how he is. And then I shook you. And because of that damn sleep apnea mask, you get the deepest, best sleep.
Right? Yes. I told you that I didn't know. When I went to take it, they put me in overnight and they hooked me up to it.
Yeah.
And the guy said that was the first time I slept that deeply in 15 years.
Wow. And did you truly felt like a different person, for real?
Oh, it was very strange when I woke up from that test the next morning with the mask for the first time ever. Like when I drove home, my body, my mind felt different than I didn't know the feeling I was feeling.
Do you feel now because you sleep with it all the time, you're just used to that feeling and you forgot about what you used to feel like? Or do you think it's kind of worn off and balanced out now?
No, I'll never forget what I used to feel like. Because it was so bad, because I couldn't keep my eyes open during the day.
You could never have the schedule in life you have now without sleep apnea mask.
No way. If I for some reason I find myself where I don't have it, it's terrible.
If you forgot your sleep apnea mask on a 5-day road trip, would you have to have somebody FedEx it out to you?
It's happened 2 or 3 times already.
You have to.
Yeah. I mean, overnight FedEx. I don't want to go one night. I could do it, but it will not get good sleep, and the next day I will be like so exhausted. I was like. Be falling asleep. Like you could fall asleep at the wheel. It's dangerous.
Right. And now you're used to it.
Yeah. Now I don't even think twice. I don't even feel it. But technology's like, technology keeps being updated, right?
100%.
Yeah. So now I'm seeing stuff where like you could wear something or like get something put on you or I don't know. They're changing the game apparently.
Right.
In the CPAP world.
Right.
They're changing the game
world.
Big time.
I would think that have to have been couples who are married who are used to, middle of the night sex, that a man has had sex with his wife with the sleep apnea mask fully on the whole time.
If you just want to get it over right away or something like that. I mean, I've never even thought of that. But it probably is
OnlyFans idea.
Convenient. That is.
That's it.
Oh,
want to think about it.
That's actually probably very unique, a niche market.
A niche market
Yeah.
where you're doing your OnlyFans, Sal's OnlyFans, but it's sleep apnea, Sal's.
Yes,
like
and
sexy sleep apnea.
There's no obstruction here, and it's all by force there.
Right.
And everything that's going on up here is taking care of itself, and everything that's going down there,
Yeah.
in and of itself, is taking care of itself.
Yeah.
But I can't have this without being inconvenienced.
Right.
By taking that off.
And how nice is it to have an OnlyFans with the sleep apnea mask on? You don't even have to think about hair and makeup.
You don't have to, and you don't have to really.
about
There's not really a lot you have to say.
What do you say?
People are there for the mask.
That's it.
Just let the mask do its job.
Here's another thing I wanted to speak to you about. I watched while I was in my hotel room.
Did you watch Blackbird?
Blackbird. What's Blackbird?
Okay, no. I thought you were gonna say Blackbird.
Is it
I think
a
we
new
talked
show,
about it.
Movie on Netflix?
I think we talked about it. It's a show on I think Apple TV. 6 episodes so far. It's a 6 episodes for the whole season.
Blown off?
Off balls.
Off. It's off balls way?
It's bullets over balls way.
It's
a miniseries. It's with the guy. I gotta go.
Oh, that guy
he
from
just,
I Think You Should Leave sketch.
Yes, yeah. He's in everything, but like that's the one we love him from.
And he's he's
there he
also,
is, Paul Walter Hauser.
He's also in
he's in everything.
In the Cruella de Vil, the new 101 Dalmatians. He's great in that movie.
I'm not surprised. He plays Richard Jewell in another movie.
Oh, that's right. That's him.
Yeah.
I love that guy. This
Dude,
guy, Paul Walter Hauser, is so funny and awesome.
This guy is, I mean, he came for me out of nowhere. He is an unbelievable actor. Anyway,
Let's get him on the Paul Walter. If you're listening, and we know that you are,
and we know you
please
are.
Open invite.
Shout out Hauser. Shout out Doogie Hauser and shout out Paul Walter Hauser.
Yes.
And shout out Casper Hauser.
Who's Casper?
I don't know. I just know the name.
Okay.
So I'm watching this, right?
Okay.
And it's fantastic.
Premise?
Okay.
Can you give me the premise?
I can give you the premise
without
if you
giving anything away. This is hard.
No, I can give you the premise.
Get me locked in without giving me too much.
I got you. Tell you how great it is without telling you how great it is. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. First of all, I don't like to tell people about series like this. I just like them going cold. But this is when I could do it because you don't have to figure anything out. Basically, you ever see The Kingsman?
Oh, yeah, I love The Kingsman.
That's my boy right there from The Kingsman, right? Taron Egerton or whatever his name is.
You want to talk about a hottie with a body? He's the definition of it, this kid.
T.E., yeah. Whew. Yeah, he's got a hottie and he's got a body. Anyway, he plays this guy, this young kid who gets busted for moving drugs, for dealing drugs, but
it happens.
Not like a small-time drug dealer, like kilo drug dealer type thing. His father, and this is Ray Liotta, by the way, God bless, and Ray Liotta, if you are listening, we know that you are.
Oh, yeah, Ray Liotta, yes.
Because he's still watching from above.
He's sitting with Kane Tanaka right now, sitting down listening.
Together. So, see, by the way, check it out, Bod. So, anyway.
It's almost like, I'll never, I would like to just have his nipple.
Yeah.
Like, even his nipple looks
That's a
ripped.
nice, tight, small nipple. It doesn't offend anybody. It's there. You
Gorgeous.
know he has them. Did you ever hear that thing about how Marky Mark has 3 nipples or no nipples or something like that?
Really?
Yeah, remember? It was like a whole thing back in the day when he did like the campaign for like Calvin Klein or something. And people were like, oh, he has 3 nipples. They had to airbrush one of his nipples out. Mark Wahlberg.
Do you think he still to this day has a third nipple? Pat, pull it up. This is it.
See?
Where's the third nipple? Ah, okay. Oh, it's like a birthmark.
No, but I think it's more like a nipple. You know?
That could I mean, it's possible.
There's a difference between a birthmark. See, look, it's all over. There's like so many pictures of his third nip.
So what about Blackbird?
So anyway, so there you go, confirmed. He has a third nip. So he plays this guy, and Ray Liotta's his dad, an ex-cop, and he gets sentenced, and he thinks he's gonna get out. He's told that he could plea and get out of it, and he ends up getting like 10 years, and he can't believe it. He's a young kid, and he's in there for a while, a little, and they say there's this serial killer, okay, that is about to they don't have enough evidence on him, and he's been in jail a while, but he might be let go now.
Okay.
And the guy is a serial killer. They think he's a serial killer. They don't have the proof. And this guy from the Kingsman is a really smooth talking guy. Like he's like a personable, smooth talking guy. They know his profile.
Okay.
And they're like, if we transfer you to the prison where this serial killer is, which is like the worst of the worst of the worst prisons, all psychotic people, so it's very dangerous. And you can get him, you can befriend him and get him to admit that he killed these young girls, he kills all children. It's terrible, actually. It's pretty gruesome.
Right.
He kills girls. And then we will literally exonerate you and let you free out of your sentence.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good, too. But you don't understand, dude. The guy, Paul Walter Hauser, it's like no acting you've ever seen. It's that good.
So this is a must watch in your opinion.
He is. So I'm watching, and I tell my lady, I said, I guarantee you. I had no idea. I go, I guarantee you he's going to be at least nominated for all the awards. I guarantee it. I didn't even know this. 2 days later, I didn't know he was nominated. He won the Golden Globe for Best Actor.
For this.
2 days later, yeah.
Yeah, just bang.
Yeah, boom, he won it. So that's how I mean, I guess
right,
I have a
so
golden I guess I have a Golden Globe kind of sensibility.
You do.
Yeah.
You are very good. I'll tell you what. I'm trying to think if there's ever been a time where you've steered me wrong, but so far,
No.
I think
as far as watching shit.
You told me about The Patient with Steve Carell.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
We never spoke about that.
What are you talking about?
I don't think we spoke about it after you watched it. I could be wrong.
But I spoke. You put me onto it.
What'd you think? Intense as fuck, right?
You put me onto Succession, which changed my whole life. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
There's another one. There's another one you put me onto.
It was Severance?
Severance you've put me onto, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, that one's like,
yeah.
I mean, come on.
I put you onto Yellowstone, but now I pull that back.
I
fell off. Yellowstone has fallen off.
I watched 3.5 seasons, and then I didn't finish the 4th, and I didn't watch the 5th.
The last season it's become like a love story. That's not what I'm watching Yellowstone for. I've heard the other ones, 1883 and 1928.
Yeah.
The prequels are good.
1928 is another one now?
Another one.
They're getting a little out of control.
Yeah, because it's hard. Because I might have even said it. It might be 1928 and 1880. It might be 1928 and 1883 or 1828 and 1933. I don't know.
Yeah. What are they going to do now?
It's too many years.
They're going to do it every year now?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But so what do you think of The Patient?
I love The Patient.
How good was that the killer?
I mean, more great acting.
Yeah.
You had a serial killer who doesn't look like he would be a serial killer. Because here's
Yeah.
the thing you got to know about serial killers. They come in all shapes and sizes.
That's correct. And he was also. I'd be surprised if he wasn't nominated as well. They probably nominated a whole bunch of serial killers this time.
Yeah, well, that's all entertainment has become. Has been do a show about a serial killer or profile a serial killer.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It is, but it's gripping though. You ever see
gripping.
Don't Kill Cats? Whatever the hell it's called.
On Netflix.
Don't be afraid to kill. Don't fuck with the cats. Or something
Yeah,
like
did
that?
you like that?
Well, here's the thing. I watched that and I was like, this is really intense, and
Right.
like it felt like a very big mystery thriller because they were saying that the forums were trying to help the police catch the killer before the police did.
Right.
On the
Right.
internet forums. But then I watched the story of this guy from a different viewpoint, like a doc or like a news report or whatever it was, and it was so less dramatic, and it made me realize that they could frame the documentary in a way like they did an amazing job because they
Right.
made it like, holy shit, this is intense. And then like the other story was like, this guy did this and we found him a couple days later, and I was like, oh wow, that wasn't the journey that they took. This guy, you talk about a bit much.
This guy's a psycho.
This guy's extra.
He's extra. What did he do again?
He just like I think he just like he took home lovers and then he would just chop them up and throw them in the garbage, or at least once.
Right.
But isn't once enough?
He would take home lovers, chop them up, throw them out in the garbage, and then
Oh, I think because at first he was like, then he started leaving hints online. I think it's online, or he murdered cats. I think
Was he
killed
caught?
He killed cats on a video, and he hit himself. I think or something like that. And then he went on to murder people, but people didn't like him already because he fucked with the cats. So the people that were hot on his tail were on his tail, no pun intended, because of the cats. I might have that wrong, right?
and then
Lightning?
discovered people, but they cared less about them.
People talking.
People. Well, that's a very common thing for us as humans is we typically don't care if a human dies, but we get very upset if a pet dies or
That's
an animal
true.
dies.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Because we feel like they're more helpless and they're more innocent.
Yes, I do.
But what if your pets aren't innocent? What if you got a racist, homophobic pet and you just don't know because they can't talk to you? But they're a real piece of shit.
Yeah, but when that racist homophobic pet was born, it wasn't like that. And
We
the
made that.
same thing with the person. But I just think it's a fact that they can't take care of themselves.
DraftKings, baby. I love it. I am Chrissy, the draft queen, telling you to go to DraftKings. If literally it is the official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 57. Bang. New customers can bet $5 and get 200 in free bets instantly, okay? Plus, all customers can get in on the Super Bowl 57 excitement with DraftKings Happy Hour Super Boost. DraftKings, it's just freaking awesome. I have fun. I did a corporate gig for DraftKings last week, and they're just the best people too. Like genuinely got to meet some of the people who created it, and just awesome people. I really do love DraftKings. Right now, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HeyBabe. New customers bet $5 on Super Bowl 57 and get 200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code HeyBabe. So you got to put in that code HeyBabe to get that offer. It's awesome. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void in Ohio. See show notes for details. DoorDash. I love it. Sal loves it. Pat Samaha loves it. Homeless Pimp loves it. Everybody loves DoorDash. Everybody uses DoorDash. If you don't use DoorDash, I genuinely don't talk to you. You're not welcome in my house. DoorDash is awesome, okay? First of all, they work with all the top food chains. Every Popeyes, Cheesecake Factory, whatever you want, DoorDash has it. And what they're doing now is you can literally, with DoorDash, you can get groceries. I mean, it's more than just food. Whatever you want, DoorDash has, and you can get an annual membership now. I like this annual membership, less than $50 a year for unlimited zero delivery fees. Okay, it is so worth it. Zero delivery fees, exclusive items, more than 25,000 members only, offers nationwide Dash Pass for the students. Because listen, it's all about the students, it's all about the kids, and this DoorDash delivery with Dash Pass is just $4.99 a month for students. It's literally so worth it. A lot of students listen to the show. Get that Dash Pass, $4.99 a month. Woo! For a limited time, our listeners are going to get 50% off up to a $20 value and $0 delivery fees when you download the DoorDash app and enter code HeyBabe23. That's 50% off up to a $20 value and $0 delivery fees when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code HeyBabe23. Do not forget, that's code HeyBabe23, 50% off up to a $20 value and $0 delivery fees with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply. Here's another rule that I've been trying to live by. If I don't know you personally, or if you're not a family member or a friend, I can see an opinion you may have on TV or TikTok or whatever, but I'm not going to let it ruin my day at all because I don't know you. I only know the edited version, what you've put out to represent yourself, because people make it their whole identity to hate a politician, an actor, a president.
Right.
It's ridiculous to me.
Right.
The algorithm is getting to you.
Stop the hate.
The math equation is getting to you. Yeah. Only if I know you personally, then I can give you some time in my day.
Now,
what's your response?
My response is, if I may have the floor, is do you tell yourself to not let it bother you, or have you achieved a status where it rolls off and you need no extra effort to convince yourself to not let it bother you?
That depends.
Please.
I appreciate your question. That depends. I will tell you what happens. Sometimes, instantly, I'm like, no. Sometimes, if I'm in a different place, I'll start to get upset about something I heard from someone I don't know, and I didn't like what that person said, and I'm letting it affect me. But quickly, a lot quicker than ever I have before, I check myself before I wreck myself.
Because big dicks in the ass is bad for your health.
And
so are shotgun bullets.
They say it's bad for your health, but the evidence is always changing. Whatever Dr. Oz says, I listen to, and Dr. Oz hasn't commented on that yet.
Yeah, honestly, I used to like Dr. Oz, but didn't he go loopy?
Yeah, he fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, people loved him.
Oh, he was the guy.
And then did he get political or something like that? Is that what happened?
Yeah, well, he became Republican. And
that's
I think
so
people don't
funny
like that.
because didn't Oprah launch him?
It's very strange.
Oprah was like,
Oprah voted
you betray me.
And then Oprah backed his political rival,
yes,
who won the Pennsylvania.
The one that Oprah
Senate.
backed won. And
right, but
Oprah's not on anymore, is she?
Is Oprah still on?
Didn't he? Wasn't he always on the Oprah Winfrey show?
Yeah. Does Oprah put out new episodes?
Where's Oprah? What's Oprah been up to?
Does she put out new eps? No, right? No, because it was a big deal, the last Oprah.
She's got a podcast. Oh, wow. She has a podcast now.
That's it? Well, she's sponsored by Athletic Greens? I don't think so, but we are.
So.
Well, I don't know if we are this episode. Edit that out, Pat.
She's like, Oprah's like, can I talk to you for a minute about Magic Spoon?
Yeah.
She's now we're on the same level as Oprah now.
We're the new Oprahs.
We have a podcast.
In a sense, you and I are the new Oprahs.
I feel like I
right?
am. Yeah.
Don't you feel like we're the new Oprah?
Yeah.
I feel me plus you equals Oprah.
Let me ask you a question, okay? And I want you to answer me seriously. I want you to take a minute to think about it.
I only want to be serious on this podcast from now on.
Okay. So for the next 5 minutes, let's try it.
Okay.
Let's be dead
serious
for the next 5 minutes.
Got it.
Okay. If it didn't take your family out of it, but everything about you is the same. Your identity, your experiences, who you are, how you feel about yourself, your body, everything right now. Take the family out of it. If you were presented the opportunity to swap with Oprah, you become Oprah, like that body swap kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You could click your fingers, and now you have your mind, but you're Oprah's life, Oprah's body, Oprah's experiences, and Oprah becomes in your body. Don't worry about that part. Would you I'm being serious.
Sorry.
Would you abandon your body and live as Oprah? Now, take into consideration the things that Oprah has, namely a couple $1 billion. Right. But it's not all for the money. You're also going to inhabit the brain and body of a middle-aged to older black woman, which I believe I relate to more than anyone, older Jewish men and older black women.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you this, Sal.
It's like more than Tyler Perry money.
If you gave me that opportunity,
yeah,
I think I would. How long would it be for, did you say?
I just said like you switch with her, so that's a good caveat because I don't think it would be maybe for life, but if you could be Oprah for 1 year and then you could come back to yourself.
But let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Am I Oprah? I'm fully Oprah.
Yes.
But do I still have am I still the kid's dad?
Yeah,
but I'm taking the kids to school. It's daddy daughter dance, but I'm Oprah.
No, what I would think is like don't take the kids out of the equation fully.
Right.
Like don't worry about make believe you don't have like
when I switch to Oprah, just how Oprah doesn't know about my life. Oprah, I'm in Oprah's world.
Yeah, correct.
I don't even know my children exist.
Correct.
Got it. So I'm fully living as Oprah.
Yeah.
I would say
If you can remove yourself from the kids, that's the thing you gotta do. Just think about would you be interested to live Oprah's daily life and have Oprah's mind and be this woman, this famous woman, who has pioneered magazines, television networks, and things of that nature.
I would imagine that there's a lot of pressure to be Oprah.
But anymore, we didn't even know what she was up to.
She's doing a podcast
now. She's
actually, to be honest with you, Oprah's competition now is what she is.
She is.
So what I'll say to that then is I absolutely would become her. I would be her and become her because the grand plan would say what I would do as my Oprah is I would drive that podcast to the ground. I would watch HeyBabe go up and Oprah go down.
You think she's a direct competitor then?
I would think that the only people we compete with for podcasting on this planet is Joe Rogan and Oprah.
Yeah, I would agree. And especially now that we're being serious.
We're being dead serious.
Yeah.
And by the way, let me tell you that I believe Joe Rogan is the Oprah of the straight white male community.
It's bold. That's bold, but I agree. And they both like archery. Let me ask you a question.
Which is important.
If you were at like a restaurant, right, and Oprah was there, and you were like coming in, she was leaving, whatever it was, and she passed you and gave you a stern word. She doesn't know you, but maybe she was having a bad mood. Maybe you bumped into her, she bumped into you. Anyway, she
just said something to me.
She spoke up a little bit, right?
Yeah. Don't be bumping into me unvaccinated.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
You're you though, for real, and she's really her.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's you. You're really her. You're you. She's her.
Yeah.
Would you have a quip or a stern word for her back? Would you have a backbone with Oprah if she said something in passing that was a little bit aggressive or a little bit like she gave you a quip? Would you have a quip back, or would you fear Oprah and would you bow? Would you just be like, let me back off?
That's a good question.
That's Oprah. I'm not gonna sass Oprah. If Oprah sassed you, would you sass her back, or would you be like, I'm going to take
to clap back at Oprah?
Yeah, would you clap back?
I'm going to say...
She clapped at you.
She clapped at me. I'm going to say right now that probably... I'm going to tell you that the answer is yes, I'll clap back. Right?
Wow.
But that's because we're not really in the situation.
Right.
If I'm going to be truly honest with you, which is what you said we need to do for the next 5 minutes, is be serious and be honest.
Yes.
Because the rest of the time I'm usually lying and being silly.
Mm-hmm.
But to be truly honest with you, I think that at that time with Oprah, I would probably say nothing. What I would do in the moment is I'd say nothing, but then I'd immediately call you and tell you I just cursed Oprah out.
Okay.
You told her what a piece of garbage she was. Color purple sucks.
Right.
Stedman's gay.
Right.
I would say all that stuff. You know?
Yeah, well, I'm not laughing because that is serious.
Yes, that is serious.
Yeah.
But I think what I would do is I would hope and pray that there's no video evidence because I spewed a lie to you.
Okay, you would lie to me.
Right.
But in the minute you would cave. Because
What
I
would
have this thing like, okay, I will not let anyone disrespect me. I don't care who you are.
Right.
So I think I might it's tough because it's Oprah. But if she's out of pocket,
Yeah.
I like that saying.
I like that.
If she's out of pocket, there's no reason that I can't stick up for myself or give her a stern word.
Right.
And I feel like
Give her a Howard Stern word.
If she tested me,
Yeah.
I feel like I would have something to say back. I'm not saying I would be disrespectful. I wouldn't immediately curse her out or anything. But I might be like, "Excuse you,
Right.
you know, you're out of line. You're out of pocket.
You're out of pocket.
Yeah." And I would say I won't stand for that. Who do you think you are? Just because of your accomplishments and your money, you think you can treat another human being like that?
Yeah.
I say no. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Not here. Not at Red Lobster.
I would say not a Red Lobster. I would say what my grandfather's response would always be. If anybody said something like that to him or disrespected him, I've heard him say this many times, he would say, "Hey, Cool it. We're all leaving here the same way in a box.
Oh.
He would always say that. It's kind of level you down and say, it doesn't matter who you think. We're all leaving here the same way in a box. And I would always say, what about the people who choose to be cremated?
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's a loophole in the whole thing.
Yeah. Or what about people who died drowned in the sea? They're not in a box.
Did he feel ashamed after you called him out?
He would then make believe that he was hard of hearing.
Okay.
And then he'd buy me a toy.
If I tied your arm behind, what's your dominant arm?
Right arm.
If I tied your right arm behind your back and tied your legs together, okay, and
I'm hog-tied at the feet and my arms behind my back, okay?
One arm, your dom arm.
Okay.
And hog-tied at the feet, and I lay you on your back. Could you beat Oprah in a fight? She's fully up, and she has all her limbs.
I would say no, only because if I'm Oprah,
you're on your back.
I'm on my back. Floor. Yeah, because if I'm Oprah, first of all, if I'm Oprah, then I've been at least shadow boxing daily. Because that's what I do. If I was Oprah, I'd at least be shadow boxing and at least be attempting to do jiu-jitsu classes once or twice a week on Staten Island. So I would say no. I would say I couldn't beat her up.
She's 5'7".
She's 5'7".
So if she knew how to give you
Maya Angelou is 6 feet.
No, she wasn't.
It just said, go back, Pat. It just said Maya Angelou is 6 feet tall.
She's dunking on hose.
Stedman is 6'7".
Stedman is 6'7".
He's an entire foot taller than Oprah.
That's crazy. 6'7". What do you think life's like for a person who's 6'7"?
I think it's not good.
Really? I think that it's probably better, except for in scenarios when you're at a movie theater or concert and you're the asshole that's blocking everyone behind you. But other than that, it must be nice to hover above everybody. Yeah, if you're walking in the airport, no one's as tall as you.
Yeah, but then there's problems. I always think about every time I'm on a roller coaster and you go on a roller coaster, they try to make the drop and you're going through things fast. There's a lot of times where there'll be some obstacle on a roller coaster track, like a cover or whatever, and I'm like, if you're you could get beheaded on one of these things.
Yeah.
If you're decapitated, if you're
like a truck on the expressway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or if you're at a water park or something like that, you'll get your head. You can't. You could be too tall for certain things. On an airplane, you're too tall.
Yeah,
you could be too tall.
So you would opt out of being 6'7" just based on water parks.
Yes, 6'4".
6'4"
Optimal height 6'4", 6'5".
6'5" is still tall.
6'4", then I'll say 6'4.5", just because I want people to.
That's the perfect
like me.
Height for you.
6'4.5" is what I'd say.
I'd still ball. Well, you ball right now at what? 6 feet?
But I'm balling at 6 feet. I'm balling like I'm Maya Angelou's height.
You and Maya Angelou are the same exact height.
Maya Angelou and I are literally where if you put Maya Angelou and I in a room, it's tough to tell who's who.
If I tied your hands behind your back and sat you in a chair and Maya Angelou was allowed to slap you across the face one at a time but repeatedly, how many slaps before you fall down?
3.
Okay.
3, I'm on the floor because she's 6 feet tall.
Okay. 3 slaps.
3
Have
slaps.
you seen the new slap competition?
No, is it a TikTok?
The slap league?
What's this? Pat, pull up the slap league.
Dude, the MMA, the UFC.
Pat, do you know about this?
They invested in a power slap league where guys just take turns. I guess women, I don't know too.
Oh, and this is bad because of the Dana White slap thing, right? It's got something with that.
I guess, but no.
But I'm saying I think that's where I heard about it, where it's he can't be a part of this league or something.
But is that right?
Something, yeah.
He was because he slapped his
wife. New Year's.
But
or something.
No, this is yeah. But
oh my God,
dude! They just take turns, and dude. It's like instant CTE. Just add chalk.
What?
It's dude.
Look,
it's crazy, dude.
Oh,
dude, it's insane. Why? And okay, ready? I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Okay, and then this.
Can I explain?
Wow.
Can I explain that this person's head is his brain? I mean, it's so. Wait. So we watched the other day. I watched a clip of the whole the last thing of the tournament. The guy who won the belt, the champion who won the belt. His head, half his head, he wasn't getting because you get slapped on the same side. It was a normal head, and a head this big. Show the slap champion. You're not going to believe what his head looks like. It's permanent. It's permanent damage to his skull and brain.
After the competition.
he won. He won the belt because the other guy gave up. Wait, you got to show this guy's head. It's in the news, okay? It was all over his face. That guy right there. Show him after he got
This?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay. It was even worse than that.
But my question to you is this because it's swelling post.
That's it. Look at him.
Oh my God. Oh my
Okay.
God.
He looks like Bismarcky
Do you have to keep getting slapped on the same side?
until someone gives up. I think. Yeah. So check this. Oh, you get knocked out. Okay. He won. He's the champion.
Oh my God.
He won.
Right.
That's what his face looked. He got the belt. Do you know what the cash prize was?
What?
$5,000.
Oh my God.
It's a professional sports league bought by the UFC, sanctioned as a sport. It's a professional sport now, and he got that. That's his face, and the prize was $5,000.
It feels like what are people thinking? Why do you want to do that?
He could literally have taken just a few extra shifts at like Target, and made that money.
And now here's 6 foot Maya Angelou again.
Yeah.
And now
Dunking on hose.
Look at that.
Wow,
Those are
God
big.
bless her.
I'll tell you what, I don't want to go in a slap league against Maya Angelou.
No,
R.I.P. By the way.
She's got some paws.
To Kill a Mockingbird? What is Maya Angelou?
Harper Lee is the
Kill a
author
Mockingbird.
of To Kill a Mockingbird.
What is Maya Angelou?
She's a poet and a
No, but what's the famous one? What's Maya Angelou's most famous poem?
She's got a lot. Are you sure you're not thinking of?
It's,
I mean, she's prolific. I think.
No, but there's
I
one.
know.
I know why the cage bird sings.
Okay.
But you see where I got To Kill a Mockingbird, cage bird sings? That's what it is.
I like the connection.
Sorry.
Okay. No worries there.
Okay, so let me get to this.
Yeah.
I was saying,
I know we had ADHD a few times in this one because there was other things I wanted to get back to, but we're forgetting.
but we'll do it next week.
Okay.
That's the beauty about having a pot. There's no off season here.
Okay.
So I watched. Now I'm 38 years old.
Okay.
I'm respectfully 38.
Prove it.
Allegedly.
I'm
38 years old, and I watched on and by the way, I don't think I'm a goody two shoes. I think I'm 38 years old, but I think we have the podcast, we're comics, pretty. I'm not conservative. I'm like anything goes. I don't
Sure.
care. I'm not being horrified and offended by. I'm like whatever, dude. Live life.
Sure.
I watched a movie that we've seen many, many times. I'm sure you've seen it. We've all seen it. People our age. Pat probably has even seen it.
How old are you, Pat?
26.
God bless you.
God bless. And this movie came out in the mid-'90s. It was controversial back then. It's still controversial. But when I watched this
Clueless?
movie in my airport, in my hotel room, in Phoenix this past weekend, I truly felt horrified. I felt like I don't want my kids to see this. This is not good. Have you ever?
Can I guess?
Yes. Have you recently rewatched this? Have you watched this movie recently?
Okay. Any clues that won't give it away?
A clue that won't.
A mid-'90s. Okay, give me the genre of film.
It is a kind of
Drama.
It's not a it's a slice of life. Drama movie.
Okay.
Couple of one huge star was their first role in this movie, child.
Okay, that's the sense. So the star.
No, it's not the star. This
there's
person
a huge
goes on
star.
to become a huge star.
Okay, and this is their first movie, and they're
This
a child.
is their very first movie.
And they're a child.
And they're a teenager.
You know it?
What's the
I
guess?
have a guess. What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Nope, it's not What's Eating
Wow.
Gilbert Grape, but that's a good guess.
Johnny Depp. I mean,
Johnny Depp.
not Johnny. Leo.
But that's a good guess. It was a movie that when you watch it today, you're like, man, this is tough to watch. Because of what is. It's tough to watch. And when I was watching it back then as a kid, and even a guy in my 20s, I didn't even understand watching this movie, like what really is happening here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, and it came out in the.
And it's, by the way, a great movie, a cult movie, a classic movie, a cool movie.
And what year?
But the main character, what he's doing is like when you watch it today, or as watching it as a guy who's a little bit older, I was like, man, this is making me feel like I'm not enjoying this. I'm like, I want to kill this kid.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah.
And it's mid-'90s?
Mid-'90s, 1995.
Okay. Operation Dumbo Drop?
Close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not Rookie of the Year either.
Okay. Okay.
it's not Little Giants.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Because now it's like you're giving me a lot of information. And
I'll say
it's
the title of the movie is one word.
Okay. Ooh, powder.
Close.
Okay.
The setting is New York City.
Oh.
Is downtown Bohemian New York City.
Downtown Bohemian.
Like lower Manhattan vibes, like cool kids. I just said the word.
Oh, Kids.
Kids.
Yes.
The movie Kids.
Oh, that was crazy controversial when it came out.
Right, but now
People thought it was real. The way
Right.
he shot it. Was that Harmony Korine? Who was that?
Harmony Korine and
Or,
what's the other? Larry Charles? Is it?
No, I don't think so.
Is it?
Larry Charles is
Who's
the
the
producer,
director of
writer, and
Kids?
director for Seinfeld. I remember the guy's name.
Put kids movie.
Harmony
director-
Korine wrote it, and then
Larry Clark.
Larry Clark.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Larry David.
Oh yeah, you're right. Are you talking about Chloe Sevigny?
No, Rosario Dawson.
Oh yeah,
She's
the
forced-
sperms in
Yeah,
my teeth.
in
or
my
whatever she
teeth,
said.
yeah.
That was her.
Yeah.
I forgot about
That's how
that.
she got
She's not even on the top billing.
No, that's how she got discovered. She was sitting on a stoop, and
Oh, now that you
Harmony
say it, I
Korine or
can-
Larry Clark discovered her.
Now you're saying it, I completely picture her face
But
in it.
to watch it, man, because you can only watch it on Supreme's website. You can't watch it. It's not on YouTube. It's
What do you
not
mean
on.
Supreme's website?
So I think that the movie Kids is banned in the United States. You can't even buy it. I couldn't on my phone. You could only watch it on Supreme's website.
Why Supreme? Because
I don't know. They were playing it.
I think Leo Fitzpatrick at one time was a skateboard. There's skateboarders
Yes.
in the movie.
But
I remember seeing it and people were like, "Is this real?" I swear to God, the way he shot it was like, almost like
But Telly, the
Telly,
lead
yeah.
actor Telly, Leo Fitzpatrick, who does a great job.
late.
Lead actor, I said.
Oh, I thought you said
Casper died. The kid who played Casper died.
he did.
committed
Because
suicide.
wasn't he
hung
in
himself.
Friday?
Yeah, and he hung himself.
Yes.
At 25 years old. And then one of the other kids, the skateboarders, died of a cocaine overdose.
Oh.
At 31. Yeah, some sadness attached to the movie. But, the movie is just Telly raping 13-year-old girls, giving them AIDS.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
the movie.
yes.
That is what your A character is doing throughout the movie. That is his main motivation in every scene is to
Isn't the girl
rape
passed out or
rape
something?
girls. Yeah, he's raping girls.
Yeah.
And then unknowingly giving them AIDS. And it just made me feel like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fucking prude. But I was like,
Oh,
man,
it's-
like I would never, like this is bad.
But that was the sentiment when it came out.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing new.
So-
I'm not giving anybody new
But
info.
when
Wait,
you,
I have a controversial opinion on kids.
When you so when you originally watch it, it was just a fun little movie.
Yeah.
It was a lighthearted laugh.
Yeah, Friday night laughs.
You didn't register that he was
Yeah.
raping unconscious girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It was just like the skateboarding was cool.
Right.
Yeah. No, I remember that thing was like that rocked the world when that thing came out.
Did you see it in theaters?
I
Do you
didn't,
remember?
but I got news for you. I got that shit on VHS.
Oh, you have it on
It's
VHS.
a bootleg VHS. I probably don't have it anymore.
So I don't have to go through Supreme's website anymore.
I doubt I have it anymore. Is it banned?
I couldn't
But it wasn't banned, so how could it be banned now?
Because here's what happens to me. Is I go on the road,
And watch
miss
kids.
my family. I watch kids.
You go on the road and miss your family and watch kids.
And watch kids. And, yeah, in an effort to feel reunited with my family, I watch kids. And no, but what happens is I miss New York so much, and I've been lately craving nostalgic New York because I think the New York is open now, post-pandemic, all great, but it still doesn't feel like it felt to me like it did pre-pandemic. It doesn't feel like 2019 New York still.
Correct. It's not the concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
It's not.
Yes.
So I find myself, when I'm away from New York, watching movies like Kids. I watch that show, How to Make It in America, on HBO Max. Fantastic show about, again, bohemian downtown New York City, like that New York City that I love. I'll go to YouTube and just put in Walking Through the Streets, 1995 New York, Walking Through the Streets, 2015 New York.
I love it.
And just random. And I almost like want to cry.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't know what it is. I don't know what has to come back to make New York feel like it was again, but like my father says, he's like, Chris, New York was
New York grit.
That grit.
Yeah.
He said what might have to happen is this, and I think he's right. He's like, for the 70s and 80s, man, New York was a war zone.
It was terrible.
But then it came back with vengeance in the 90s and you grew up in the New York that my dad said the New York City that you grew up in
You couldn't
was
go
in
on-
New York. I couldn't even have imagined.
You couldn't go anywhere near 42nd.
Yeah, he said, so you don't understand. Most of New York feels like it does today. You just lived in its glory years for those 20 years. He said, and I probably think it would come back, but you got
Well, I was
blessed.
young. I was born in the 70s, but I didn't really. I guess I was in the city I remember being in the city with my dad because he was a sanitation man
Yeah.
in the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
And I used to go with him sometimes to work, and I used to go. So I was in the city a lot in the 80s. He used to take me to even as a kid, we used to go to like Madison Square Garden for the circus.
Yeah.
And, and we used to remember
Yeah.
that time, and it was bad, dude. But I so funny. I just watched it. I got Masterclass. Do you ever see the
Oh,
Master-
yeah, like Judd Apatow does it, and
it's like
all different people.
all
yeah.
professionals from
Yeah.
all different walks of life, anywhere from like chefs to filmmakers to writers to musicians to cops, and they tell the stories. And I just watched a special doc on it about this guy who was a hostage negotiator. And he does this whole series about how to read people's body language, how to know what the line. And then they did a doc on.
Wait, what was his name? This guy?
It was Rick Voss.
Because I think I went to college.
Chris Voss.
I think I went to college with his daughter.
Really?
Yeah. I went to college with a girl whose dad was like a master hostage. No, that's not him.
So
Okay.
he
Forget I
teaches
said
the
that.
art of negotiation, but he had a hostage situation in a bank in Brooklyn in like 1992 or something like that.
Where he was negotiating
He
a bank.
was the negotiator. There was 3 gunmen and 3 hostages.
Okay.
In Carroll Gardens in Brooklyn, or Carroll
Yes.
Street, in like a Chase.
Right.
And they did the whole doc, and
Shout out Chase.
it was shout out Chase Bank.
Good
Really.
Sapphire rewards point. It's good.
I mean, your online graphic user interface is unparalleled.
Number one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they did was it was all over the news though. They were reporting like there was 100 cop cars, SWAT, everything. So they had all the news reports. So they showed all the clips from it, and I saw like New York, Brooklyn, like '92, whatever it was, and it was so nostalgic to watch it.
Right.
Because I was like, oh my god, I missed that.
Yeah.
Even just back then, just the cop car or the cars themselves, and like not everything was as. We're just getting more and more sanitized and more homogenized now.
Right.
Where everything's a fucking Santander bank, but like
Right.
when I say grit from the '70s and '80s, you think crime because that came along with that time period, but I'm not talking about crime so much as I'm talking about much more mom and pop businesses,
Yes.
much more culture,
Yeah.
and much more like even like the things like the Lower East Side, like that was as whatever it is now is a remnant of what that neighborhood used to be.
Yeah,
there
and-
was like movements,
Yeah.
there was hip hop and there was
Everything.
punk rock, and it was like all this shit, like this pop art, like all this like street art and stuff. And
I think that we seriously forget sometimes because, again, being desanitized and just life goes on and our brains have to kind of change things to make it palatable for us. It's just like what humans do. But I think like we really forget like how truly different our world has been since 9/11. Like,
Yeah.
the United States at least,
Yeah.
or at least the Northeast, New York City, radically changed like you can't imagine.
Yeah.
Since 9/11,
and it was like
little by little,
Yeah.
that day, it changed everything. And then,
Yeah.
of course, the pandemic even more. But I agree, like, the mom and pops, like Jerry, came over before, TT Jerry, and, I'll go get, you got to go have this egg sandwich in Manhattan, some $12, $13
Yeah.
sandwich, or this place or that place. He went to, like, the deli on 4th Avenue and 59th Street in Bay Ridge. The best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich I've ever had in my life. There was a bacon, egg, and cheese on hot bread, I guess it was like a Puerto Rican bakery
Yeah.
that he goes to, like $5.
you just gotta know where to go, bro.
You just got to know where to go.
Yeah.
And that's what New York City is. You just got to know.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I was watching, this movie Kids and How to Make It in America, or this old school nostalgia stuff, I was like, that's the New York I remember.
Kids
like,
is the New York you miss.
that's the New York I miss. But I was thinking, you and I, we got to make a show or a movie. We got to, because you and I know nostalgic New York.
Yeah.
That would kill today. Like, bring that back. Bring
So
back
what-
the dramedy stories that we all have from
So
our childhood.
scripted.
Let's do scripted.
Scripted old New York.
Let's do it. I think that's
Period piece though.
period piece, baby.
They've been doing period pieces.
Yeah.
I've Chippendales as a period piece. What was that movie that
Yeah,
Santino?
isn't it Kumail Nanjiani in it?
Yeah.
Another hottie with a body.
Kumail Nanjiani. Yeah.
Yeah, Kumail
He's
Nanjiani.
And wasn't
I love Kumail.
yeah, he's great. Was it
Jacked.
Jacked, yeah. Even not jacked though. I've liked him since he was
I've liked him day one.
I've liked him since he was soft bodied.
Yes.
Uh,
First open mic I ever did was this place called Larry and Evil Mike's Open Mic at Parkside Lounge on East Houston Street.
Sure.
I was doing open mics, and I remember I went into that open mic, and I got a pitcher of beer. I was very nervous. I got a pitcher of beer, and I just sat in the back, and I was going up like 50th or whatever.
Yeah.
And the comic right before me was Kumail, a
No
non-famous
shit.
Kumail.
What year?
2009.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
tell you right now.
Non-famous, and he was fantastic, Kumail.
Yeah, my bar that I used to work at over here,
Cargo Cafe.
Yeah, I
Yep.
used to do produced a grab ass comedy on Tuesday nights
Right.
for like 3-4 years.
What were the years you produced it?
It was from 2000. I want to call it 2008 to 12, maybe something
Okay.
like that. And we had everybody come over there. I don't know if did you ever? You
I
never
did
did.
it. I did it.
You did do it.
You weren't there though.
Okay.
I did that.
I mean, we had everybody. We had
Soul
everybody.
Joel produced a show there once.
Oh, well, that wasn't my show.
Like
but
the
you
Staten
probably,
Island. That's what I'm saying. I did your venue, but not your show.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did it. But we had, we had Shay, we had Soda, we had Colin Joe, we had everybody came over, everyone.
Right.
And Kumail used to come do the show,
No.
and I remember he was good already, but that's when I met him. I remember one time
No.
I made him two pineapple martini. I got him wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he would now he wouldn't do that now. Now he put a little creatine.
But
in
who
it.
the hell are we saying? I was about
He's
to say
great,
Kumail.
Kumail Nanjiani.
But back up, Kumail. Oh, I was saying that Santino was in that period piece movie with comedians.
Oh,
like
what the hell
You
is
Dying Up Here?
yeah, I'm dying up here. By the
Yeah.
way, Andrew Santino's new Netflix special, Cheeseburger, great.
Check it out. Yes.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I want to talk about a movie I saw on Netflix called You People. Did you see You People?
Oh, it
Fantastic.
rings a bell.
It's out now. It's #1 out right now. But yeah, You People.
I saw the.
Eddie Murphy, Schultz is in it. Sam Jay is excellent in it. Jonah Hill, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, David Duchovny.
How did you remember all these people?
That's how I roll. I'm on prednisone.
It's scripted.
Yeah, it's a scripted show about Jonah Hill and his. I'm not sure that.
Yes.
She's great. That actress.
Eddie Murphy. Jonah Hill starts dating Eddie Murphy's daughter or something like that.
Yes. She's a great actress. I'm just
All
blanking
those
on her
people
name.
are in it.
Jonah
wrote- did Jonah wrote it, right?
Lauren London is great.
Jonah wrote it, I think.
I think he wrote Nia Long. Sam Jay is truly
Taco's
excellent
in it.
Taco's in it.
Young Miami.
Mike Epps.
Rhea Perlman.
Mike Epps is funny. Oh, and Brian Greenberg from How to Make It in America is in it.
Okay.
Dion Cole. At one point,
How are all these people in it? Matt Walsh.
no, it's a great movie. Mike Epps calls Jonah Hill a credit card. He goes, "Look at this credit card, motherfucker. I'm gonna give you a swipe." I don't know what it meant, but I laughed out loud.
Mike Epps makes me laugh so hard.
Mike Epps is funny.
I gotta watch that. Yeah. We should have someone here.
Rhea Perlman.
I know. I haven't seen her in a minute.
Guess who Rhea Perlman's married to?
Danny DeVito.
This has been Hey Babe.
Thank you so much.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe.